All right, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Epic Sports Broadcasting Network for this afternoon's edition of Heartland Championship Wrestling. My name is Dave Little, and we are coming to you live from the Dave Cave. And if you watched yesterday's video, you know that we are entering a new era of Heartland Championship Wrestling. Today's broadcast is being brought to you from the Denver Coliseum, where we are presenting West Coast Championship Wrestling, featuring the stars of Ring of Honor Championship Wrestling. It has been an exciting show so far, and tonight we have 3 matches for you as we wrap up the Denver Coliseum house show with a big singles match between Kenny Omega and Nigel McGuinness, 2 guys trying to position themselves for championship contendership in the Ring of Honor. They will be followed by the number 1 contenders match for the Ring of Honor Tag Team Championship, as the team of Mustache Mountain, Tyler Bate and Trent Seven, takes on the team known as the Alpha Dogs, Eddie Kingston and Brody Lee, with their devious manager, Veda Scott. And in our main event tonight, it will be a championship match. Our main event tonight will be a championship match pitting the Ring of Honor heavyweight champion C.W. Anderson against his nemesis, the former champion Bryan Danielson. These 2 guys battled to a wild double disqualification in their last go-round. And tonight it will be Katie bar the door, no holds barred between Anderson and Danielson. So we have 3 great matches to look forward to tonight. Already tonight we have seen 5 very good matches that took place. In our opening contest, it was Chuck Taylor, the Kentucky Gentleman, with a win over Josh the Goods Woods. Jay White made his return to the Ring of Honor after that with a win over Silas Young. A wild disqualification, as the Briscoe brothers were disqualified in their bout against the CNC Connection, Cedric Alexander and Caprice Coleman. The Hangman, Adam Page, looked good in victory over Mike Bennett. And in the match we just saw, it was an exciting tag team contest indeed, as the Young Bucks, Nick and Matt Jackson, took on the Kings of Wrestling, Chris Hero and Claudio Castagnoli. And it was the Young Bucks isolating Big Claudio and beating him down to get the pinfall and win that match. And welcome to the chat, ID Jester. Just finished up watching a thrilling baseball broadcast of ID Jester. Later tonight, that will be followed by a bloodbath, slugfest, no-holds-barred Battle Royal Stratomatic debate between ID Jester and Epic Dave Little, as ID Jester has posted some more thoughts on Stratomatic baseball, and I'm going to check that out later tonight. ID, it's good to have you in the chat room here today, and I value your opinions, I value your friendship, and I value the fact that we can have friendly and good-natured discussions over our favorite games of all genres. But for tonight, we are in the ring ready for our next contest. Kenny Omega out of Winnipeg, Manitoba, Canada, 6 foot 203 pounds, takes on Nigel McGuinness out of London, England, by way of Kent State University, 6 foot 1, 220 pounds. Nigel McGuinness takes on Kenny Omega. And the opening bell has sounded, and here we go. The opening initiative will go to Kenny Omega. And it is Kenny who whips Nigel into the ropes to start things off. Nigel very good at coming off the ropes. And in this case, it is going to be a big shoulder tackle, and Nigel has the power advantage, so he wins the big shoulder tackle and takes over on level 2 offense. Here's Nigel. He is going to whip Omega into the ropes. Omega off the ropes, comes back with a powerful flying shoulder tackle to take Nigel down to the canvas. And it is Omega who is in control. Omega now is going to try for the Oklahoma Stampede. He can complete this maneuver with a power roll of 9 or lower. And he gets him down. And Nigel is hurt. Omega now in control. Omega has a very dangerous card, double finisher, very tough man to beat. And it is going to be another Oklahoma Stampede if he can get it done. And this time Nigel slips out the back. And Nigel fires back with a short arm lariat that takes Omega down to the canvas. Omega is down and Nigel is in control. Nigel is going to go to pitch Omega out of the ring. He thinks better of that. Omega, a very dangerous man outside the ring. So instead, Nigel is going to hit him with another short arm lariat. He's got Omega down for the cover, but Omega kicks out of that one and picks up the first point of fatigue of the contest. ID Jester says his daughter and went to Kent State University. I was a student at nearby Akron University back in the early 1980s. So Nigel is in control. What's he going to do now? He is going to go for that jawbreaker lariat. He rebounds through the ropes and nails Omega with the lariat. Here's another cover. Pin is 3 or lower, but Omega kicks out of that one. Nigel with a couple of near falls early in this contest, and he is in control. Nigel himself has double finishers with that London Dungeon submission hold, as well as the rebound jawbreaker lariat. What's he going to do now? He is going to keep Omega in the ring and just forearm grind across the face. Omega doesn't like that very much. Omega gets to his feet, and he is going to try for another Oklahoma Stampede on Nigel. He missed the last one, but this one he connects. And Nigel is down and up slowly to his feet. Omega now is going to go for the Fireman's Carry Moonsault. He's got McGinnis down. Pinfall roll on a 3, and Nigel kicks out of that one. So both men have suffered pinning opportunities here. And Nigel is slow to get to his feet, and Omega hits him hard with the Hadouken. The Hadouken, that flying knee smash. Another pin attempt, and on a roll of 5, Nigel just barely got out of that one. Very good contest we're seeing. Both men getting near falls here in the early going. Omega, what's he going to do? He's going to go to the Hadouken once again. And this time, Nigel is able to get to his feet before Omega can make the cover. Omega now with the Dragon Suplex. And McGinnis, slow to his feet still. And now it is the Tokyo Chainsaw Massacre for Omega. Another finishing move with a potential pinfall on a roll of 5 or lower. Nigel just gets that left shoulder out of there. Nigel showing some signs of weakness now as Omega takes charge. And now Kenny is going to go for the Tope Con Hilo. He is going to need a death jump roll to complete the Tope Con Hilo. And on a roll of 8, he nails it. And Nigel goes down to the canvas hard. Omega still in control. Can he get a finisher? No, he's going to pitch Nigel out of the ring. Omega the superior man on the arena floor, but this time it is Nigel who takes control. And on a roll of 3, Nigel grabs Omega by the leg, drags him out of the ring, and smashes him into the turnbuckle post. Nigel McGinnis fights fire with fire. Match goes back into the ring. What's Nigel going to do? He's going to go for that jawbreaker lariat once again. He's got a pin attempt on a count of 4 or lower, and on a roll of 9, Omega kicks out of that one. My goodness, these two have just beaten the smithereens out of each other. Both men are showing signs of fatigue. What's Nigel going to do now? He's going to go for another jawbreaker lariat. This time the pin roll is 5, and on a roll of 5, he got him. Nigel got him. Oh my goodness, what a fine performance by both men as Nigel finally wins that one with the jawbreaker lariat. And he catches the pinfall. And he makes another step towards the Ring of Honor Championship, getting into contention for that. As we have moved out to the West Coast, it is a clean slate for everybody. Omega was one of the top contenders, but with that loss, he is down at the back of the pack now. And Nigel McGinnis is one step closer to a shot at the championship. Nigel McGinnis, fine wrestler out of Kent State University, had a wonderful run in Ring of Honor before his career was unfortunately ended by the diagnosis of hepatitis C. He became a trainer. He became a commentator on the European branch of the WWE, and still has a lot of good wrestling knowledge left in him. And it was sad to see him go, but good to see him still active and earning his living in the wrestling business. All right, fans, for our next contest, this is for the #1 contender's position in the Ring of Honor Tag Team Division. And to start things off, we have the British duo known as Mustache Mountain, Trent Seven and Tyler Bate. And they will on two of the baddest cats in the Ring of Honor, Eddie Kingston and Brody Lee, collectively known as the Alpha Dogs, and managed by the devious and I dare say despicable Veda Scott. So who knows what kind of mischief Veda will have up her sleeve, as her men are in line for a title shot if they can win this match against the current Ring of Honor Tag Team Champions, Charlie Haas and Shelton Benjamin, collectively known as the world's greatest tag team. And to start things off, it will be Trent Seven against Eddie Kingston, as the Alpha Dogs are the heavy favorites in this match, but these two Brits are very technically savvy and two tough hombres, and they can make life difficult for even the best tag teams in the world. And as we start things off, it is Kingston who gains the initiative, and Eddie will start things off with an E-lift, but Trent Seven steps out of the way of that one. And we have got low video output again, but it looks like we're still live, so we'll keep it rolling. Seven gets out of the way of that knee lift, and he comes back with a DDT, and he drops Eddie Kingston with the DDT. Quickly, the Brits get on top of this situation, as Eddie Kingston is down. Seven now in control, is going to go for a death jump. Trent Seven is going to the top rope, and he's going to come off with a death jump. And on a roll of 5, Eddie Kingston is first to his feet. He grabs Trent Seven and throws him to the canvas hard, and down goes Trent Seven. Eddie Kingston now in control. Kingston has his man down, and he is going to go for a high angle belly-to-back suplex. And Seven hits the mat hard, but he quickly gets to his feet and makes the tag to Tyler Bate. And Tyler Bate is now in the ring and in control. Bate goes with the hair today, gone tomorrow, that double team move. And Eddie Kingston is down. Kingston is down. Veda Scott screaming her encouragement from ringside. What is Bate going to do? He goes for a rebound lariat, very similar to what we saw from Nigel McGuinness. And he has Kingston down for the cover, but Kingston kicks right out of that one. His pin rating is only a 1, so there's no need to roll that pin attempt. But Bate is in control, and he has got the opportunity. He gets Kingston up for the airplane spin. Around and around he goes, and he drops Kingston down to the canvas hard. And Kingston immediately rolls out of the ring. Out of the ring is where Kingston and his Alpha Dogs want to be. But on a ring roll of 4, that is going to be advantage Kingston, as he drags Bate out of the ring and slams his leg into the ring post. And Bate now is hurting. Kingston is quickly going to bring Brody Lee into the ring. Brody Lee, the big man out of Lincoln, Nebraska, having a somewhat successful run currently in the WWE under the name of Luke Harper. But Brody Lee, very good independent wrestler, and in my opinion underappreciated. And Lee gets him up for the Brody bomb, and he slams Bate down to the canvas hard. Bate's in trouble. Can he make the defensive tag? On a roll of 5, he gets over, and he tags in Trent Seven. So Bate was lucky to get out after suffering that big Brody bomb. And it is Seven in the ring now to take on the much larger Brody Lee. Seven is going to hit him with a cross-body block coming off the ropes. Lee does not go down. Seven is back up, and they're going to do an assisted tag team swanton. As Seven goes for the leg dive, Tyler Bate over the top rope and down with a senton splash. And that got Brody off his feet. He staggers. And as he gets to his feet, Bate is now the legal man in the ring after the blind tag. And it is Bate who is going to go for a spinning wheel kick. Spinning wheel kick from Tyler Bate. He needs an agility roll to hit that, and he hits it. And he has got Brody Lee down for the pin. The pin roll is 4. But on a roll of 6, he kicks out of it. And that is another point of fatigue for the Alpha Dogs. Veda Scott expressing her concern at ringside, as her men have had some trouble here in the early going against this very fine tag team from England. Here's another rebound lariat from Tyler Bate. And Lee gets to his feet. Bate still in control, goes with a headlock and a kick to the head. And that staggered Brody Lee, and Brody Lee goes down. Brody Lee is down, and Tyler Bate, what's he going to do now? He is going to keep Brody Lee from rolling out of the ring. He prevents that, and he instead drops Brody Lee with the Exploder. But Brody no-sells that one, and Brody gets right back up to his feet after the Exploder, and he drills Tyler Bate with a super kick. Brody Lee has great agility for a big man. He staggered Bate with that super kick. Bate staggers back. He cannot do anything about that. Brody Lee is now in control, and he picks up Tyler Bate and slams him down with a black hole slam. What a move by Tyler Bate, as Lee is now in control, and Lee goes for another black hole slam, and this time Bate rolls out of the ring. That may be a mistake on behalf of Tyler Bate, but he couldn't take another black hole slam, or that would have been a pinfall predicament for him for sure. Bate now on the arena floor is forced to crawl back in to beat the count, and Lee is ready and waiting for him. What's Lee going to do? Lee is going to deliver another Brody bomb, and Bate is down and out once again. Bate goes out of the ring again, and he once again is forced to crawl back in helplessly to beat the 10 count. And now it's going to be a double team opportunity as Lee tags in Eddie Kingston. Oh, but on a roll of 12, that is bad news as Bate sees it coming. He ducks under the double clothesline. Trent Seven comes into the ring, and they double drop kick both the Alpha Dogs from the back of the head. And it is the Alpha Dogs who are down, and it is Tyler Bate who is in control. A botched double team attempt by the Alpha Dogs has left Tyler Bate in control, and he has Brody Lee up for the airplane spin and down to the canvas. Oh my goodness, what an escape by the Mustache Mountain. Bate, after that series of black hole slams, is going to tag Trent Seven back into the match. And it is Seven who is in control against Brody Lee with a snap, dragon suplex, and down goes Brody. He gets to his feet. What's Trent going to do now? He goes for the mustache twirl and a headlock. Side headlock for Brody Lee. Can Lee get over and make the defensive tag? Yes, he does. And into the match comes Eddie Kingston. Good matchup here between these two tag teams. Kingston, with a mean, stiff shot to the kidney. Trent Seven fires back with a knife edge chop. Kingston takes a step back, and Seven brings Bate back into the ring with another assisted swanton, and Kingston now goes down. And Kingston rolls out of the ring. Eddie Kingston, another dangerous man on the arena floor, but this time it is Bate who is in control on the arena floor. And he comes out of the ring, and he is attacked by Kingston with a steel chair, but it is Bate who kicks Kingston in the gut, steals the chair, and smashes Kingston across the back with a steel chair. Will he get disqualified for that? No. Bate is in control. And Veda Scott is not a very happy manager at ringside. And now it's the Tiger Driver 97. Tyler Bate hits Kingston with his finishing move. He's got a pinning predicament here. The pin roll will be a 3 or lower, so we'll let that one go. But on a roll of 4, Kingston barely gets out of that one. And we're going to see Veda Scott do something now for the first time. What's Veda Scott going to do? We're going to bring her card into play. She's got 2 opportunities to interfere, and on a roll of 8, Veda Scott trips the opponent, and that allows Kingston to gain the momentum against the downed opponent and roll on level 3 offense. So Veda Scott interferes, and that allows her man Eddie Kingston to take control. The devious one, Veda Scott, does her team some good. And it is Kingston now who is just going to pitch Tyler Bate out of the ring. Give himself a minute to recover. What's going to happen on the arena floor? It's going to be, once again, the roll goes in favor of Tyler Bate as he grabs Kingston, who comes out, spins him around, and smashes Eddie Kingston with an Irish whip into the steel steps at ringside. Once again, Tyler Bate risked disqualification, but the referee knows better than that. this match will continue with Tyler Bate once again in control. And he is going to let things go back into the ring. And he is going to hit the bop and bang. The bop and bang, that elbow smash followed by the knee smash. And Kingston is hurt. Bate brings Trent Seven back into the match. Frequent tags for the British duo, and they hit the stiff upper lip, that double forearm smash to the mush. And Kingston is hurt, and he is scowling with unhappiness. He wants to turn things around here. And now it's going to be Seven attempting the Seven Bells hold. This is going to require an agility roll to hit that, and indeed he hits it, as he is a much more agile competitor than is Eddie Kingston. And Kingston now is hurt and staggering back. Goodness gracious, the British team has looked very, very good in tonight's contest against the bigger Alpha Dogs. And now it is going to be Seven, still in control, keeping Eddie in the ring. He is going to roll him over for the half crab. Starting to work on that right leg of Eddie Kingston. And he's going to follow that up as Kingston gets to his feet. He drops him with a DDT. He makes the cover. The pin count is 3 or lower, but on a roll of 11, Kingston kicks out of that with authority. Kingston desperately in need of a tag, but Trent Seven remains in control, and he is going to go for the tag team finisher called the Summit. This is a tag team finisher. It is a +1 finisher, so that's going to make the pinfall 5 or lower. Will the Alpha Dogs use their last pin save on this? No, they're going to let Kingston try and kick out of that, and on a roll of 9, he kicks out. They've got just one more, either a pin save or a manager interference. What are they going to do? We're going to do a little decide or die action here, and on a roll of 2, they're going to let it ride. As Tyler Bate is in control against Eddie Kingston. And he is going to hit that rebound lariat once again, and Kingston goes down. Kingston is down, and he hits the rebound lariat a second time. Kingston staggers to his feet. Tyler Bate with a standing shooting star press. And that takes Kingston back down again. And the Brits are going to try something off the double team chart, but on a roll of 9, it is Bate holding Kingston while Seven comes off the ropes and hits a running forearm smash to Eddie Kingston. So Kingston is staggered back. And it is Seven who is going to whip Kingston into the turnbuckle. What's going to happen at the turnbuckle? And this time the roll goes in the favor of Eddie Kingston as he ducks aside from Trent Seven, who was charging into the corner. Seven hits the ring post hard and tumbles out of the ring. So it is the out of the ring chart now for Trent Seven against Eddie Kingston. And on a roll of 6, it is Kingston who exits the ring and nails Trent Seven with a spinning back fist that just about puts the lights out on Trent Seven. And Kingston gets back into the ring first. And he is in control. Seven is staggered, and now Eddie is going to pitch him out of the ring once again. And with that, there may be the opportunity for some ringside mayhem for the Alpha Dogs here. What's going to happen here? On a roll of 7, we're going to continue to play as normal, but we may see some ringside mayhem as Kingston out of the ring is going to duke it out with Trent Seven. And this is a double brawl now. We're going to have a possible double disqualification on this roll. Trent Seven will not be disqualified. Kingston on a roll of 2 may be disqualified. And if this is a 5 or lower, it's going to be a disqualification. And but on a roll of 6, the referee decides to let the action go. Who's going to win the brawl? On a roll of 2, the brawl is won by Trent Seven. And it is Seven who is going to come back into the ring and have a level 3 offensive hold. And it is the Summit once again, the tag team double finisher. That is a +1 finisher. Now the pin roll is 6. And we are going to be forced to have something happen here on a pin roll of 6. Will it be Veda with the distraction? Yes, it will. Veda is going to try and pull off a distraction. She slams her hand repeatedly on the mat. And that distracts the referee. And that also distracts Trent Seven from making the pinfall. and Seven is still in control, but Veda Scott is finished with her opportunities to intervene, and it is Seven who drops Kingston now with a DDT. As Mustache Mountain has completely taken control of this match. Here's a snap dragon suplex, and down goes Kingston. Kingston gets back to his feet, but this time Kingston is able to turn the tables, and he is able to deliver a headbutt to the midsection of Trent Seven, and Seven is going to be staggered back. Is he going to make the defensive tag? No, he can't get to the ring, but Kingston gets to his corner and finally manages to tag in Brody Lee. So with the help of his manager, Veda Scott, Kingston survived a onslaught of double teams from Mustache Mountain before finally managing to get his partner, Brody Lee, into the ring. Brody hits Seven with an E-smash. Seven is going to fire right back and deliver a headlock. He catches him in the headlock. Lee comes right back, whips him to the ropes, and hits once again that super kick. For a big guy, this Brody Lee can hit some super kicks. And that one hurt Trent Seven. And Lee picks him up and slams him down in a package pile driver. Oh my, high impact move by Brody Lee. Can Seven get to the partner to make a tag? He cannot, as Brody Lee is in control. And it is Brody Lee with a Brody Bomb. And Seven is down hard. Kingston is taking a break as Lee takes charge here. And it's another Brody Bomb. And this time it's going to be a pin roll. 3 or lower will be the pin. And on a roll of 10, Seven kicks out of that one. And believe it or not, that is the first fatigue token of the match for the Mustache Mountain, as they have been dominating this match. But it is Lee with the momentum now, and he hits the big boot. The big boot is a potential pinfall. The pin rating is 4 or lower. And on a roll of snake eyes, he got him. Oh my goodness, what a flurry by Brody Lee, as he hit Trent Seven with a pair of big boots and just put his lights out. And on the roll of snake eyes, it is Brody Lee who gets the pin over Trent Seven and the Mustache Mountain team. And that is quite a turn of events there, as Eddie Kingston was dominated throughout most of that match until Brody Lee hit the ring and just took over on Trent Seven. And after a pair of big boots to the face, he put Trent Seven's lights out and covered him before his partner Tyler Bate could even think about coming into the ring to save his partner. So judgment call there on the pin saves. I typically do not use a pin save until the pin chance is 5 or higher. So if it's a 2, 3, or 4, I'll let it ride. And occasionally that happens where you'll get a surprise pinfall where there was only a 2 to 4 chance, or 6 chances out of 36, basically a 16% chance of a pinfall in that situation. And so that is, that time the dice did not fall in favor of the Brits, but it was Brody Lee who gets the pinfall victory. And now the Alpha Dogs will have the #1 contender spot for the Ring of Honor Tag Team Championship, and they will face off against the team of Charlie Haas and Shelton Benjamin with the tag team titles on the line. And now, ladies and gentlemen, that brings us to your main event of the evening for the Ring of Honor Heavyweight Championship. And this will be a rematch between your champion, C.W. Anderson, and his nemesis, Bryan Danielson, the former champion. It was Anderson who surprisingly took the title earlier this year away from Danielson, and Danielson who came back for that rematch, and that rematch ended in a horrible double disqualification. So tonight's match is no disqualification. C.W. Anderson against Bryan Danielson. And here is a surprise and a shock. C.W. Anderson is accompanied to the ring by Veda Scott. As the video output slows down once again. And this happened earlier, and ID Jester said it came back after a few moments. So hopefully we'll get our video output up and running again. We've gone from green to red, back to green, and now we're at red once again. But this is a shock. The fans at ringside are stunned as Veda Scott sticks around, and she is going to accompany C.W. Anderson in this title match, and it's a no disqualification match, so Veda Scott can do whatever she wants. She's still going to be limited to 2 roles. That's part of the house rules. When you have a manager, the manager is limited to 2 opportunities to interfere. But Veda Scott will be in the corner of C.W. Anderson as he takes on Bryan Danielson in this no disqualification match for the Ring of Honor Heavyweight Championship. And here we go. It is Danielson who takes control early. And Danielson starts off with a rolling elbow, but that's a power move. Anderson is able to stand up to that one, and he nails Bryan Danielson with the left hand. That deadly Anderson left hand, and Danielson goes to the mat early, and Anderson is just going to try a kick to the head. The kick to the head is successful, and Danielson goes down hard. Oh my goodness, Danielson is already down after that left hand from C.W. Anderson, followed by the kick to the head. Anderson in control, and he is already going to pitch Bryan Danielson out of the ring. So let the fun begin for Anderson and Danielson. Danielson on the arena floor is nailed on the floor by another Anderson left hand, and Danielson barely makes it back into the ring ahead of the 10 count. Anderson with the rough stuff in the early going here, and he pitches him right back out of the ring a second time. What's going to happen here? On a roll of 10, we are going to see some ringside mayhem. We go to the ringside mayhem chart. What's going to happen now? Oh, and on a roll of 12, this has degenerated into a wild brawl. This is a no disqualification match. So there will be no disqualification as Danielson and Anderson are brawling on the outside of the ring. And this is going to take us to what I call the gut check roll. The gut check roll is a 12-sided die minus the cage rating and the fatigue tokens. Both these men have a cage rating of 2. So whoever rolls higher on the gut check roll is going to win the ringside brawl. And in this case, it is the red die, C.W. Anderson, who wins the ringside brawl. And that cost Bryan Danielson a point of fatigue and a possible count out. He'll be counted out here on Snake Eyes. Oh, and Snake Eyes, he is counted out. My goodness gracious. What a turn of events as C.W. Anderson just took the fight to Bryan Danielson. I don't think Danielson lasted much longer than he did against Sheamus in the WWE Championship match. Anderson, with the inspiration of Veda Scott at ringside, just took the fight to Danielson from the word go. Danielson tried some technical moves at the start, and Anderson just nailed him with a left hand, pitched him out of the ring, and took him to town. Another left hand on the arena floor staggered Bryan Danielson, and then it was a spine buster on the concrete from C.W. Anderson that put Danielson out of commission. He was unable to make it back to the ring. He is still down at ringside as the referee completes the 10 count. And C.W. Anderson once again has shocked the world by successfully defending his title in countout fashion over Bryan Danielson after a spine buster on the arena floor just puts Danielson down for the count. Veda Scott is celebrating. C.W. Anderson is celebrating. And the Alpha Dogs have returned to the ring to celebrate with their new good buddy, C.W. Anderson. And we may see a whole stable full of gold here under the control of Veda Scott. But tonight, your winner in your main event by countout after a brutal beating on the arena floor is your reigning and defending Ring of Honor Heavyweight Champion, C.W. Anderson. My goodness, what a shocking conclusion to that match, as Anderson wasted no time whatsoever in taking the fight to Danielson and putting him out of the ring and putting him down to the floor with that spine buster. and that will be a count-out defeat for Bryan Danielson. He's going to require the assistance of the trainers to make his way back to the locker room area in humiliation, as he has just gotten decimated tonight. He got a butt whooping tonight from C.W. Anderson, thanks to the inspiration of Veda Scott. All right, everybody. Thank you for checking things out here tonight. ID Jester, thanks for coming. Yeah, I can roll these matches in 10 minutes or so per match in response to your earlier question. And Rob, also thank you for coming out tonight. And for those of you who are checking out this this tape after the matches have been completed, thank you for joining us tonight. Please subscribe if you've not already done so. Hit the like button. And thank you all once again for joining us. That is our stream, and I am out of here.